Most people spend their entire lives working, yet still never achieve financial freedom. They earn money, pay bills, pay shills, repeat the cycle, and feel stuck forever. I was exactly there working hard, but going nowhere financially. At 16, I earned $2 per hour and had no clear future. Every day looked the same, and that scared me more than being broke. So in this video, I'll show you the simplest way to escape that cycle in 2026. Not by working more hours or chasing fast money, but by building a simple, realistic financial system. A system that works even if your income is not high. But for a system to work, you first need a clear destination. Most people never define what they are actually aiming for financially. They work, save, and invest without knowing when they can stop. Without a clear target, it's impossible to know how much money is enough. That's why financial freedom always starts with one specific number. A number that tells you how much life really costs and when work becomes optional. This number has a name. It's called your freedom number. Your freedom number is not about being rich or showing off. It's about knowing how much money your life actually needs. Without this number, every financial decision becomes guesswork. You don't know how much to save, invest, or when to stop working. That's why most people work their whole lives without clarity. The freedom number removes that confusion completely. It gives you a clear target to build your system around. And the good news is, this number is not hard to calculate. You don't start with investments or markets. You start with your real life and your real expenses. Housing, food, transportation, and daily living costs. You calculate how much these cost in one full year. That yearly cost becomes the foundation of your freedom number. Let's start by calculating your yearly living costs step by step. We start with the biggest yearly expense for most people, housing. This includes rent and basic housing-related costs. In a city like Miami, housing costs about $30,000 per year. Next comes transportation, including owning and maintaining a car. Fuel, insurance, repairs, and depreciation all count. For a comfortable car, this is about $24,000 yearly. Now let's look at food, utilities, and daily essentials. This includes groceries, occasional eating out, and internet. For one person, this costs around $5,000 per year. Next, add health insurance and basic healthcare costs. In the United States, this is about $2,500 yearly. These are your core yearly living expenses. Together, they represent the cost of maintaining your life. This total is what we'll use to calculate your freedom number. Next, we'll combine everything and move to the final calculation. Now let's add up all your yearly living costs. Housing costs about $30,000 per year. Transportation costs about $24,000 per year. Food, utilities, and daily expenses cost about $5,000 per year. Health insurance costs about $2,500 per year. Your total yearly cost is about $75,500. This yearly cost is the base of your freedom number. To make this money last forever, we use one rule. This rule is called the 25 rule. You multiply $75,500 by 25. This assumes a 4% yearly withdrawal. Your freedom number becomes $1,887,500. Your money now works while you live your life. You live off returns, not the original money. This is how financial freedom becomes sustainable. Reaching financial freedom depends on how you invest this money. The goal is not high risk, but long-term stability. That's why many people choose broad stock market index funds. One popular example is investing in the S&P 500 index. This index represents 500 large companies in the United States. Historically, it has returned about 10% per year over long periods. Short-term drops happen, but long-term growth has been consistent. The key is staying invested, not timing the market. This is why many use dollar cost averaging. You invest the same amount regularly, regardless of market conditions. Over time, this reduces risk and emotional decisions. Even with lower income, consistency matters more than speed. Over decades, compounding does most of the work for you. This is how average people quietly build financial freedom. Next, let's talk about reducing expenses to reach this faster. Investing matters, but controlling expenses matters just as much. Lower expenses mean your freedom number becomes smaller. The fastest wins usually come from big spending categories. Let's start with cars, one of the biggest money traps. Buying a brand new car often costs far more than it seems. In the first year alone, cars can lose 20% of their value. A smarter option is buying a used car after depreciation. You get similar function for much less money. This single choice can save thousands of US dollars over time. Next is housing, another major expense to optimize. House hacking means using your home to reduce living costs. Renting out a spare room can cover part of your rent. Some people reduce housing costs close to zero this way. Lower housing costs dramatically speed up financial freedom. Next, let's look at everyday spending and brand hacks. After optimizing cars and housing, daily spending is the next focus. These expenses seem small, but they repeat every single day. Coffee, snacks, subscriptions, and impulse purchases add up quietly. The goal is not to cut everything, but to spend with intention. One easy win is choosing store brands over famous brands. Many store brands cost 30 to 50% less with similar quality. Over 1 year, this can easily save several hundred US dollars. Another useful skill is learning to negotiate prices. Many prices are flexible, especially for services and big purchases. A simple question can reduce costs by 5 to 10%. Taxes are another area where smart planning makes a difference. Using legal tax deductions keeps more money working for you. Over time, small tax savings compound just like investments. Lower expenses mean you reach financial freedom faster. Next, let's move to using credit cards the right way. Let's start with credit cards, a tool many people fear. Credit cards themselves are not dangerous. The danger comes from carrying unpaid balances month after month. The safest rule is paying the full balance every month. This avoids interest and keeps your spending under control. Used correctly, credit cards help build a strong credit history. A strong credit history unlocks better loan terms over time. Next is income, because one source alone is fragile. Adding a second income creates financial resilience. This income does not need to be large to matter. Even small extra income accelerates saving and investing. The final shift is learning to use money correctly. Many people use money only to pay bills and survive. Others use money to build systems that grow over time. Write down your number, follow a simple system, and start today.